Well, welcome to Ric Drasin Live, and it's true, I am Ric Drasin, and I am alive. I'm here to be alive, to talk about nutrition and fitness and training and keeping your body fit and making it all it's cracked up to be, because so many people fall off the wagon, they don't train, they don't eat properly, and then they complain about 40 years later, what happened to me? I'm falling apart like a cheap suit from Tijuana. Well, you know what? It doesn't have to happen if you take care of yourself, and if you start at a young age, it's really good, but if you start at middle age, which is a little older than I am, you can still pull it together. And I have a guest today who is a fitness trainer. She's a certified nutrition coach. She's owner of Erika Volk Nutrition, or Erika Volk Training.
Erika Volk Fitness. I do
Erika
it
Volk
all.
Fitness. See, fitness, it's all
Fitness.
together. And I'd like to introduce Erika Volk.
Hi, I'm so glad to be here. Happy
I'm glad
Friday.
you're here, and I'm going to leave this up to you now because I got to go. No, I'm just. What did you do before you got into training? What inspired you to become a trainer?
Well, I would have to say it's my parents. My dad, hi Dad, he was a big-time weightlifter. I think his biggest deadlift was 500 pounds way back when.
That's a lot of weight.
That is. He's not that big of a guy. So, you know, I'm very proud of my dad and how well he's taken care of his body since he was young. And my mom was into aerobics. I have pictures of me when I was about 3 years old doing Jane Fonda tapes. So I was born a trainer, I think.
That's funny because I lived a block away from Jane Fonda when I was living in Santa Monica.
Oh, you're kidding. I would have died to have met her when I was little.
Well, she wanted to meet me too. So I introduced, she was married to Tom Hayden at the time, who was running for city council or something. He was on the beach passing out pamphlets, and I said, I want to meet your wife. Come on by, Rick, because we only live like a block away. She looked good then too, as a matter of fact. Well, when you train people, obviously a lot of people are in business. And they have full-time schedules.
They sure do. And
so on a 9-to-5 business owner, how do you find time? How do they find time to stay into fitness? What do you do to make it easy for them to go?
Well, I think the first thing is that you want to talk about priorities with them. Most of America's top CEOs work out. And I think they do that because there's a lot of academic research suggesting that people who are fit, who work out, they perform better at their jobs, regardless of what kind of position that is. So the first thing I want to get in people's minds is that part of being great at your job is being in shape enough to come in every day with the energy and creativity you need to really impress your boss or your employees, for that matter. And then after that, I think the next most important thing is having a plan. So if you're too busy to sit down and read the books and figure out how to program your own workout, you need to find a professional or a gym rat friend that can help you figure out exactly what it is you need to be doing, because I see way too many people spend, I'm sure you've seen it too, Rick, you know, hours at the gym, and they really don't accomplish a whole lot.
I see so much of that. I've been going to Gold's Gym now, and actually World Gym too, for 40 years maybe, and I see the same people every day doing the same thing for hours on end, and they never look any different.
Yep.
First of all, they're working out too much, doing nothing, and they don't do their homework, and they don't eat properly. So it's both factors. And working a full-time job, I've had people tell me, and they tell you, I don't know when to work out. You know, I work full-time, I don't really have time. You know, and my theory is get up earlier and do it. You know, get up early, get to the gym. It'll inspire you to have more energy, and you'll be able to do your work. Now, in Japan, I heard that they break people every day in the afternoon, and they let them go to the gym for a half hour and train. Oh, and when they come back to work after their 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock break, they're more productive because they're waking up from all the exercise. You know what I mean? It does invigorate you. I used to work out at night, for example. I'd go at 10 o'clock at night and work out till almost midnight. And then I'd eat something, go to bed, and I couldn't go to sleep because I was so wired from working out.
Yeah.
Exactly, right?
I always say that a workout's better than a cup of coffee. You want to get awake, work out.
I agree.
Yeah,
I agree.
Forget the espresso.
So what do you do? Also, I have another question. I have a lot of questions, but I have a question about when you do train hard and you go throughout your day, around 3 or 4 in the afternoon, I get this low period where I get real sleepy. I'm at my computer, and one eye drops, and the other eye drops, and my mouth opens, and I begin to drool. So I know at that point I'm sleeping. And I don't know why. I mean, I know I'm tired, and maybe it's the lack of just doing nothing by sitting there. So would you suggest at that moment, get up and move around and do stuff?
Absolutely. You know, just get up, take a walk, stretch. I mean, for those of us that are sitting at a computer, like you just described, you're going to get really tight in the pecs and, you know, real stretched out in the back, and your hips are tight from sitting all the time. So I always tell my clients, you know, you should be taking regular stretching breaks while you're sitting at the computer to just make sure you maintain a nice posture.
That's, I had to laugh about this. This is really funny. I'm sitting there, and this is a true story. I will doze off. I find myself just dozing off, and almost 12 minutes goes by, but my hand's still on the mouse, and my finger's going like this. I've gone through 5 web pages while I'm sleeping. It just keeps clicking away, and it's a true story. It just goes. But if I get up and move around, I have an apple or a protein drink or something like that, then I'm good to go again. I think it works. But you run into people all day long who I'm sure they tell you also, you have to have a specific program for them as far as their diet, right?
Yes, definitely. It only took me about a year working as a trainer to know that too many people sabotage themselves by just working out hard, coming home, and then not giving themselves the fuel, they need to perform the rest of the day and heal from their workout. So I decided to become a precision nutrition certified coach so I could help people really bolster what they're doing at the gym with what they're doing in the kitchen, which is
all right. So how do you tell them to eat? What do you? I know everybody's different, but what would you suggest for someone to eat? They're working all day long, because now people will tell you. I know they say this. I work all day. I haven't got time to eat.
I know. I have a client who says he can only eat sandwiches for lunch so that he can eat and click at the same time. It's ridiculous. You have to take time out for yourself to get the right nutrition, or again, you're not going to perform well at whatever you're doing. So I tell my clients to try to eat before they get really hungry. When you start getting rock bottom starving hungry, that's when you head to the vending machine and you make those disastrous decisions.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it's just the worst.
How do you feel about protein bars?
If you have your choice between a candy bar and a protein bar, I'd say go with a protein bar.
Yeah.
Otherwise, let's eat real plants and animals, things that came from the planet,
I have 3 cats. I eat one of those.
Oh, really?
There's a lot of protein in that meat.
Well, that's probably pretty green. You're farming your own meat.
That's right. It's cat food. I think that protein in the afternoon for me, my roots are bodybuilding, so protein throughout the day is very important to me to have. I have the eggs in the morning with my oatmeal, I have a protein drink, I go to the gym. After the gym is a post-workout drink, because you have to have something to go back into. So at that time, it is a supplement. It's not real food. It's not real animal cat. It's an actual whey protein. And then lunchtime would be another protein thing, maybe tuna, chicken, or fish, or steak with some veggies and maybe some yams. Does that sound good?
That sounds terrific.
Okay, mid-afternoon is the hard part for everybody, because you have a long stretch between noon and dinner. So between noon and dinner, you have to have something planned. If you're in the office, you got to bring something right that's going to work for you.
Absolutely, because you're not going to find it in your break room.
No.
Break rooms in America are full of donuts and old birthday cake. Bring your own snacks.
All right, so what would you suggest they bring?
Gosh, there's so many great things you can bring just from a simple roasted nuts and maybe a piece of fruit to Greek yogurt. I love plain Greek yogurt that you flavor yourself. It's loaded with protein.
My son just told me about that. I've never heard of it before until last week.
You're kidding?
Nope.
It's a food group for me.
And tell me about the Greek yogurt. Is it protein?
Yeah, I think like a 2%, 8 ounce of Greek yogurt. I'm going to say it's about 18, 20 grams of protein, which is pretty good.
That's real good. Yeah. What's the protein source in it?
I think it's whey and casein because it's dairy.
Even
so
better.
You're getting a long-lasting protein and a faster digesting protein like the whey as well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What about the carb and calorie content of it?
I think the 2% for about 6 to 8 ounces, I'm not exactly sure, it's 170 calories, I think, a serving. And I'm going to say it's about 9 grams of carbohydrates if you get the unflavored kind. Now, if you start
That's not high.
No, it's not.
You can actually take that, and I've mixed yogurt in my protein drinks with a little sweet and low or Splenda, and because I like something a little bit sweeter, and maybe slice a little banana in there.
Yum.
Couple of raisins, a little bit of apple.
My favorite protein shake right now is, I call it my peanut butter and jelly shake. I think it reminds me of when I was a kid and you got that out of your school lunchbox. I take some frozen strawberries, some unflavored whey protein. I don't really like the flavored protein. Some almond milk and about a tablespoon of peanut butter, and you just put that in your blender with a little stevia.
Yeah.
It tastes like a sandwich without all the carbs.
I'm definitely a peanut butter boy. There's a snack that my son and I came up with years ago, and it's a power snack. We do it in the afternoon. You take a bowl of oatmeal. It's just a 1 minute quick Quaker that you add hot water to. So I'll put some sweet and low or stevia or Splenda or sugar or brown sugar, whatever it calls for, with a scoop of whey protein, some sliced bananas, some raisins, 2 scrambled egg whites. Mix it all together with that, with the protein. It tastes like a vanilla pudding.
Huh.
It's got like 40 grams of protein in it.
I'm going to have to try that. That's
It's
a
really,
good
really
one.
good. It's the Ric Drasin Power Snack. You can find it on Google under Hay and Oats. If you don't like the oats, you use hay. Yeah, it makes a lot of horse sense to me. So the other question I have, you train men and women?
Yes, definitely.
And what is the difference in how you do it?
Well, I think we all know that psychologically, men and women are pretty different.
Really?
Yeah.
I had no idea till I was 42.
Didn't? Well, there you go. I guess lesson learned.
Yes.
But physiologically, when it comes to the way our bodies respond to exercise, we're not that different. So I think that the biggest thing is how I approach the coaching. And then also goals. You know, with my ladies, they're always getting lean and toned, where some of my guys, they want to get a little bit bigger. And
Right.
that's never in a woman's vocabulary. So.
All right, I brought this up last time when Dan Isaacson was here. I trained a brother and sister in the gym, and they came to me, and he wanted to gain 25 pounds of muscle, and she wanted to lose 25 pounds of ugly fat, which I told her, cut off your head. No. So what happened was I had them on the same training program. I trained them like I do bodybuilding because I work each body part, sets and reps until it's flushed out, and then you go to the next. And they were on the high-protein, low-carb diet. He gained the 25 pounds of muscle, and she got ripped. Every guy in the gym was hitting on her. And I said, do you ever get a desire for sugar or anything like this? And so she says, well, what I do, she was very odd. I'll eat a half a box of sweet and low at night with a spoon.
Oh.
Can you imagine?
I cannot imagine.
No, I mean, that's got to be like the worst thing in the world for you, but it satisfied her sweet tooth for some reason. But she did lose the weight on the same exact program. Now, I don't say you do that for everybody because everybody's different. You don't give everybody the same medicine when they're sick, you know? Mm-hmm. So it did work. And with trainers, I mean, your approach to it is really good. There's a girl in my gym who's been training people for years, and she's very good at what she does, but she treats every female like a competitive bodybuilder. She gets them in shape for bodybuilding, and then she has them posing, and then she gets them to enter contests, whether they want to or not. Well, they get in shape, but the problem with doing that and dropping your carbs drastically for 6 to 8 months is the minute the contest is over, they start to eat again, and the weight comes right back on.
Yeah, I've seen that happen.
Over and over, right?
Exactly. So I think that a big thing for me when I'm coaching about nutrition is to teach habits, teach behaviors that you can take with you when you're dieting, when you're on vacation. You know, there's certain things that you just need to get ingrained in your daily behavior. Like when I sit down for a meal, I want to see vegetables and protein for sure. Because nobody has any problem finding some fats and some carbs to eat. But if you don't make it an effort to get that into your system, that seems to be where people fall down into.
Yeah. What's your theory on eating fats for energy?
My theory on eating fats for energy. Well, fats are a form of energy, just like carbs and protein.
Right.
I think that, you know, if you're keeping it within probably the 20 to 30% range of your total caloric intake, that's probably the right place to be. And you want to focus on those healthy fats, of course, that everyone talks about.
Okay. Well, I want to thank you for being here.
Oh, you're very welcome.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I learned something every time I talk to somebody like you because I seem to know it all at some point, and then the hard drive expands and I put more into it, and now I bought an external hard drive. It's back here, and I'm learning more. But I have a tip of the week for all of you out there, and talking to Erika makes a lot of sense. When you're a business person and you get up in the morning, and you work all day long, and you say, I haven't got time to exercise, make time, brother. Get your ass up. Get into the gym, do some sort of an exercise, and then start your day and then go to your work. Take a snack with you, whether it be hard-boiled eggs or something like peanut butter or whatever, mid-afternoon, and eat it for a snack. It'll keep your life going. And if you feel tired, like I do at the computer, and you're clicking away on things when you don't know what's going on, get up and walk around the room, do some push-ups, do anything to keep your body moving. The circulation is good, and you'll burn more body fat. So that's my tip. Keep your body moving all the time, and change your oil and filters. Where can we find you on the internet?
I have a website and a blog at Erika Volk, ErikaVolk, fitness.com. And if you sign up for my newsletter, I promise you I will send you awesome fitness tips every month.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So we can find you. Are you on Facebook too?
I am. I'm at Facebook/Erika Volk Fitness.
And don't forget, you can catch me at RicDrasin.com, rickscorner.com, and I'm there all the time, so send me messages. I have a book out, Bodybuilding for Dumbbells. Teaches you how to get in shape real quick like we did in the 70s. Thanks again. Hi, I'm Ric Drasin. For tips on health and nutrition and fitness and bodybuilding and wrestling and all the stuff you want to know, subscribe to me on emPOWERme.tv. I'm on every Friday at 12:30 p.m. I'm looking forward to meeting you. And stay healthy.